Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. So yeah, man, I had a couple questions. I'm calling people about, like calling everybody in my contacts about landscaping this year. And I mean, I have objections, and I just want to see how you get past that,
What's the objections you're
or if
hearing?
you just move on. Uh, that they have somebody, that they're worried about the price, or that they usually do it themselves.
Okay, and so those are the three most common. What do you say to the first one? And
That they have somebody.
the first, yeah, let's just
I
start with that one.
say
That's
that
okay.
yeah, I say that it's always good for a change. That I ask them if there's anything wrong with their service or how their service is, and I mean I basically just try to be honest about my business and relationships with one of my goals. But
And
yeah,
so,
so I get a little bit
are
personal.
these cold calls? Are you knocking on their doors? What's the format of this outreach?
Um, yeah, it's cold calling everybody in my contacts that I've had, as a potential prospect. I just save their number and give them a call, see if
How,
they'd be interested in, landscaping or snowplowing.
are you saving them in your phone?
Yeah,
Okay, and how many contacts do you think you have?
500.
Yeah, so like I would highly recommend using email and text messages through a CRM to be able to reach these people. Because doing
No,
five,
yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
for sure. I understand.
Yep.
I don't have many their email addresses, so don't really, you
So you're
know.
calling them. Okay, yeah, like I think that's definitely fine. Reaching
Yeah.
out, it's gonna take you a while, but if you have time on your hands, you could probably knock out 500 calls in a week. So like, I would say if they're coming back with a bunch of objections or like they're having someone else, etc., you're probably gonna have 80-90% of people not be serviceable out of the 500 anyways. So I wouldn't necessarily, especially if you're
Hmm.
calling them all, try to fight that battle if people are saying no, right? Because like out of that 500, guarantee you that 450 are either doing their own service, they don't need the service, they have someone else doing, etc. So I think just getting in their ear is important, keeping them warm. This is why I'm a big fan of the email
Right.
side of things, because you can keep them warm with like a monthly email without having to call them all and make a full-time job for yourself of calling them. Keep them warm, right? Because like
Right.
you can yes, absolutely try to go over the objections or prove why you're better than the other service they currently have. But what's better is keep them warm so that when that service does let them down or that service goes out of business in a recession, that they then do call you because you've stayed in contact with them. And so I would probably honestly do my very best to get everyone's email going forward. And then, even if you're reaching out to these
For sure.
customers, trying to get their email would be beneficial. And even if you make that part of your estimate process, you must have an email on file, because that's how you're in
Uh-huh.
the future going to be able to reach out to them in a less aggressive way and not take so much of your time, but just keep them warm, because it might be 2 years of you sending them monthly emails before finally they actually need your services. So stop trying to sell the unsold. Like if they're unsellable, there's no reason to spend your time,
Just leave
trying.
it alone.
Just leave it alone. Keep them warm, stay professional, and then down the road, if they need your services because their current provider drops out, or they, have an injury and they can't do it themselves anymore, or they have a second house
Right.
and they need someone, then they'll think of you because you've kept them in your Rolodex.
Okay. Yeah, you've dealt with people that are like, hey, yeah, we spoke in, and then my landscape, stopped coming. So
Yeah,
yeah, no,
exactly.
that's good.
So be the person
Um,
that they think of when that happens.